Here is how your church can use Facebook ads to get new visitors. Even if you're not super active on Facebook, in the third quarter of 2022, there were over 2.96 billion active users every single month. And this is my 4-step framework to getting new guests to your church with Facebook ads. And stay to the end of the video and I'll give you the exact ads that we used to double our church last year. My name is Brady. I'm the founder of ChurchCandy. We work with churches to help them get new guests every single week with digital marketing. I'm also the author of the book, Plan Your Visit Playbook. You can actually get a free copy of this in the description below. Just go to planyourvisitplaybook.com. This book is going to walk you through step by step what we're covering in this video, but in a lot more detail. Now, because Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, just about anything you want to do with a Facebook ad, you can also do with an Instagram ad and vice versa. The Ads Manager platform for Meta will let you do ads on Facebook and on Instagram. So there's 4 steps to creating a successful ad campaign on Facebook and Instagram. And the first step is going to be, what is your goal? You need to establish a good goal in order to get good results. Is your goal new guests showing up on Sunday? Are you promoting an event that you want to get a lot of people to? Are you just trying to get clicks? Are you trying to get views to your live stream? Before you do anything, you need to figure out what is the goal of this ad. If all you're doing is boosting posts because Facebook says, hey, reach X amount of people if you boost this post with $20, you're setting yourself up for failure and honestly wasting your church's money. I'm a big fan of the goal, what we call lead generation. An example of a lead generation ad would be plan your visit to our Sunday service. Whenever they click on the ad, it takes them to a form where they would answer name, email, and phone number to plan their visit to your church's Sunday service. The benefits of this is whenever you capture their information, you're able to follow up with them and just about guarantee that you will see them on Sunday. If all you're doing is taking a Facebook event and boosting that, you don't collect their information, therefore you cannot follow up. And so this leads me to the second step to creating a good campaign, is figuring out where you're sending traffic to. There's tons of different places you can send traffic to, whether it's your church's website, a special landing page for a certain event. Facebook also has what they call instant forms, which is a great place to send traffic to generate leads or potential new family members planning a visit to your church. And depending where you're sending traffic, it depends how you're going to set it up inside of their ads manager. Step number 3 is figuring out who is this ad being shown to. We need to look at the targeting. Now, before November of 2021, you used to be able to go into Facebook Ads Manager and target people that had Christian interests. You could target people that followed big churches like Elevation, Lakewood, or Hillsong. In November of 2021, they took that feature away because it was discriminatory towards religions, but I've been running ads since 2016, and I really have found that the more interest targeting you do, the higher the ad costs are. You're better left off just leaving the targeting a lot more open rather than getting into certain interest for your targeting, because that's going to drive up the cost for your ads. For most of the churches we work with, we'll typically do an audience that is male and female between the ages of 25 and 55. That's within a 5 to 15 mile radius of your church, depending if you're in a more urban or rural area. And keep in mind, you can always tweak this to whatever's going to fit your church best, and also do an A/B split test to figure out what type of audience is getting the best results with your ads. Now, my favorite type of targeting strategy is what we call retargeting. So if you've ever been on a place like Amazon, and maybe you're looking for a cool podcast microphone like this one, and then all of a sudden, every time you turn around on Instagram and on Facebook, you're seeing ads from Amazon showing you this microphone, that is called retargeting. And if some of the largest companies are using this strategy to promote their business, I think we as the church should also be utilizing it in our ministry to reach people for the kingdom. What you can do to retarget people is take a clip from your sermon. You've probably seen these 30 to 90 second clips going around social media. Take it as a reel and post a reel on your Instagram. So once you post it on your Instagram, you can actually run it as a video views ad, targeting people in your community, getting eyeballs in front of that video. And then what you can do is tell Facebook, hey, anyone that's watched at least 50% of this video, let's show them more ads. So now not only are you inviting your city to church, you're inviting people that are already familiar with your pastor and with your ministry to church. That's going to have a higher likelihood of them actually showing up on Sunday. And you can also take your existing database of church members and actually exclude them from this ad. That way you're not wasting money inviting people to church that already go to your church. You can also retarget people that have been to your website, have engaged with your page before, or watched other videos. If you rinse and repeat this strategy, you're gonna have new guests come visit your church that say things like, oh my gosh, I knew God was calling me to Vibrant Church because every time I turned around, I kept seeing your videos and I kept seeing you guys on Instagram and on Facebook. We actually have people that say that at our church almost every single week. What happens is, I kind of laugh and say, oh yeah, people will over spiritualize that. But honestly, there's so much truth there to where Holy Spirit will really call people to your church. We just have to plant the seeds with this video ad strategy. And that leads us to step number 4, is actually creating the content for the ad. Now, whenever you're making ads on Facebook, I personally like to take whatever is organically trending on social media and replicate that as an ad. For example, rather than doing an overproduced video with a fancy camera and lights and microphone and the lower third graphic and all of that, making it look like a commercial, instead of doing that, I would make a TikTok style, Instagram reel style invite video. Maybe just a video of the pastor and the pastor's spouse standing outside of the church building, inviting people to church. You can just record this on an iPhone, and here's a script you can use for this video. Hey town/area name, this is Pastor Brady, and I want to personally invite you to our church Vibrant this Sunday. Here you'll find welcoming community, uplifting worship, and an encouraging message about Jesus. We're real people with a real passion to live vibrant life in Jesus, or just insert your mission statement there. We're located, insert relevant neighborhood location that you can use to reference. We're located right in the heart of the Woodlands next to the mall and the pavilion. Plan your visit below and get a free gift when you arrive. We'll see you at the 9:30 or 11 a.m. service. Be blessed. This script has gotten us hundreds of new guests to our church, but the thing is, you can have the perfect ad and generate all the leads in the world of families planning a visit, but if you don't follow up with them, then none of that matters. So here's a bonus step for you. Step number 5 is following up well. See, it doesn't matter if you have 500 people fill out a plan your visit form. If you don't have a system in place to follow up with them and remind them about church, then you're gonna have a very, very low show rate. I always tell the churches we work with that 80% of your focus doesn't need to be on the marketing and on the ads. It needs to be on the follow-up. For the best follow-up results, I recommend sending a text, calling them, sending an email, or even having your lead pastor record a personalized video where they say the person's name and sending that to the guest. You'd be blown away with how effective that follow-up strategy can be to getting a new guest to actually show up and return to your church. Have you heard that stat that's thrown around in church circles that's like, oh, you have 10 minutes to make a good first impression before people make a decision on whether or not they're coming back next week? Well, my belief is let's make a great first impression before they ever even pull up on our campus, and then that doesn't even matter. Now, should you have a good first impressions team and greeters and all of that? Yes, absolutely. But it's very, very important that if someone fills out a form and plans a visit to your church, that you follow up with them well. The biggest thing here is making sure people feel seen and heard, and you're gonna have a huge show rate of the families that plan a visit to your church. All right, guys, as promised, here are the ads that we used last year to double our church within 1 year. Now let's jump into part 2, where I'm gonna actually share my screen and walk you through step-by-step how to set these types of ads up inside of Meta's Ads Manager. Click the link below in the description.